not the way we do this.
The dark occultists know that the thing that is ultimately generating our reality is behavior. Action is what's generating the reality. That gets generated through what we care about, because our cares and our desires drive our actions. What we care about on a day-to-day basis acts as the driving force of our thoughts and actions. And anybody telling you it's different than that is lying to you. And if you have some common sense and really think about it, you'll understand what I'm saying here is absolutely the way it is. Anybody familiar with the compasses and square symbol of Freemasonry? With the G in the middle? Well, that's what the G stands for. They're given the information, well, this only means geometry, it only means God, etc. One of the things they'll tell you it means at a slightly higher level is that it means gnosis, knowledge. At a higher level, at illuminated levels of Freemasonry, which are above the 32nd degree, they will give you what the real meaning of the G inside the compasses and square is. It is the generative principle. It means Genesis, creation. That's what that G really stands for. Here's how it works, folks. What we care enough to put our will behind. What we care enough to put our will behind is ultimately what gets created or manifested in our world. The world is the way that it is because most people do not care enough, even if they say, they pay lip service and say that they want things to be different. They don't care enough to actually change it through their actions. Many people want to deceive you through these religious notions, which is all about getting people to stand down and accept their chains. This next section I call spiritual currencies. There's two spiritual currencies, time and attention. We can readily see this, right? Time is money, people say. It's currency. What am I going to spend my time on? What am I going to pay attention to? Pay attention. You pay for something, you get something in return when you pay for something. That's what attention will get you here. It will get you something in return. You pay attention, you're going to come out of here with a lot of understanding. This analogy can be seen very readily in the saying, spending time and paying attention. Whatever information or endeavors we put our time and attention toward, we end up getting something in return for that investment of these currencies. This is what real money is, folks. Real money. Money is not a medium of exchange. People think of it as a medium of exchange, and it's not. It's incorrect. Money is the limiter of energy in the system. People think of money as currency. Even the name is a mind control technique, because it's supposed to be about, it's the current in the energy system. It's the resistance in the system. It's the resistance to change in the system. The ability to see, to unoccult something and see it for what it really is. That's what comes from truly putting time and attention onto the right things. This return could come in the form of knowledge. It could come in the form of understanding. It could come in the form of skills, expertise, and empowerment. But only if we invest these two spiritual currencies wisely. That's why most people don't have any money. They got nothing to pay for it with. See, you pay attention and you get money. You spend time and you get money. We should seek to improve our quality of attention by placing it upon information that is capable of improving both ourselves and the human condition as a whole. Such an effort would also constitute a valuable investment of our time. We should ask ourselves, what am I spending my time on? What am I spending my time doing? And what am I paying attention to? That's where you will find whether you're investing in real value, something that is truly valuable. Most of the time we're spending our time on nonsense and trivialities and, divisive things and TV and sports and all other kinds of entertainment and distraction. Well, you're going to have a return on that investment, and that return is going to be low. Most importantly, we need to ask ourselves, what kind of quality am I getting in return for my investments of time and attention? This is a simple chart of how our quality of our attention, this is in the aggregate, but it's created by all the individuals, how the quality of overall attention as a species will affect our world in accordance with the principle of correspondence. Over here, we have a pure information stream. This is good information. This is information that is capable, that resonates with truth, and is capable of helping to develop wisdom or right action within the being. This over here is the poisoned information stream like we get from the mainstream media, from scientism, from the New Age movement, from government indoctrination centers called schools. This is the poisoned information stream. What the goal needs to be is to purify. Just like, hey, you take in bad food, you're going to have bad health. You take in bad information, the output through behavior is going to be bad. So you got to purify. Meaning, if there's valves here on the individual buckets, these are called the individual people, and they're all coming together with the quality of their water, what they're holding within their consciousness, and that's all going into the big pool called the world. The quality of this whole thing here is going to be based on how much poison, polluted information was in your bucket compared to how much pure information was in your bucket. So there's valves over here. We got to shut this one off, this brown muddy valve over here, and we got to open this one up. If we do that, the world will be purified. How are we spending our time? What are we paying attention to?
This is how it should be done. This style is identical to none. Some try to make it sound like this, but you're getting